LeBron James, the king of basketball, has had the spotlight for years. But what if I told you someone else has been outdoing him for a decade straight? 16 finals appearances, 6 MVPs, 5 finals MVPs, 4 epic finals matchups. LeBron versus Curry, the story everyone knows. But here's the shocking truth. When the pressure's been at its highest, it's been Steph Curry who's consistently come out on top. You've seen the stats, the highlights, and the unforgettable moments. But with their 53rd showdown looming this Christmas Day, it's time to dive deeper into the numbers, the rivalries, and the games that show why Curry has outshined LeBron when it matters most. Ready for the ultimate breakdown? Let's go. Let's rewind to the first time these two legends faced off. It's 2009, Steph Curry's rookie year in the NBA. Meanwhile, LeBron James is already entrenched as one of the most dominant forces the league has ever seen. It's his 6th season, he's on track for his 2nd MVP, and his Cleveland Cavaliers are rolling. LeBron's been the king for a while, and there was no doubt about who the NBA's top dog was at this point. For Steph, though, he was just getting started. Curry had a solid rookie campaign, but no one could predict the kind of player he would become. At that time, he was still finding his rhythm, still adjusting to the NBA's speed, and still figuring out his role on a Warriors team that was years away from its dynasty days. Their first 4 matchups between 2009 and 2012 were a clear illustration of that gap in experience and dominance. LeBron came out on top in 3 of those 4 games. Curry, despite showing flashes of brilliance, was still far from the player who would eventually revolutionize the game. But if there's one thing you can say about Curry, it's that he's a worker. He didn't give up. He didn't back down. He kept developing. And boy, did that work pay off in the years to come. Fast forward 5 years, and we're entering the 2014 season. By now, Steph Curry had blossomed into the player we know today. The Warriors were starting to take shape as a legitimate threat. But LeBron? He was still the man to beat. He'd already led the Miami Heat to back-to-back championships and was still in his prime, both physically and mentally. In their 2014 meetings, these two would face off twice. Each came away with 1 win, but it was the way they each left their mark that stood out. LeBron hit a game-winning 3-pointer over Curry in one of their matchups, a shot so clutch that it immediately became iconic. And let's not forget his legendary silencer celebration, where he put his finger to his lips in response to the Warriors' trash talk. It was LeBron's way of asserting his dominance. At this point, it was still clear. LeBron was the undisputed alpha. Curry, though much improved, was still figuring out how to lead a team to a championship. The Warriors were still a work in progress, not yet the powerhouse they would become. But even in those early days, you could see the seeds of something special starting to grow. Curry was already making his mark on the game. His shooting was changing the way people thought about offense. He wasn't there yet, but he was getting closer. The rivalry between him and LeBron wasn't fully formed yet. But those moments, LeBron's silencer, Curry's fearless play, showed that something was brewing. Then, boom, 2015. Steph Curry exploded with his first MVP season, leading the Warriors to a record-breaking 67 wins. He was the engine behind a juggernaut that seemed unstoppable. Curry proved he was ready to be mentioned in the same breath as LeBron. LeBron, of course, wasn't backing down. The Cavaliers, with LeBron at the helm, were on a mission to claim the title. The finals turned into a battle of titans, and while LeBron put up jaw-dropping numbers, it was the Warriors who took the finals 4-2. Curry didn't win Finals MVP. That went to Andre Iguodala. But he was still the driving force behind Golden State's first championship in 40 years. Then came 2016. The Warriors, coming off a historic 73-win season, were primed for a repeat. But what no one saw coming was LeBron James's legendary finals performance. After being down 3-1, LeBron led the Cavs to the first-ever comeback from a 3-1 deficit in the finals, winning the title. LeBron's iconic block and Kyrie Irving's clutch three-pointer sealed the Cavs' first-ever championship, and LeBron earned Finals MVP. For Curry, it was a devastating blow. Despite their record-breaking season, the Warriors couldn't close the deal. LeBron's Cavs defied the odds, and Cleveland celebrated its first championship. But Curry's Warriors weren't done. They had already begun to shift the NBA with their three-point revolution, and the rivalry was now real. LeBron had won this battle, but Curry's impact on the game was only getting started. Then, the Warriors made the move that changed everything: Kevin Durant. Golden State became an unstoppable force, dominating LeBron's Cavs in the finals with 4-1 and 4-0 victories in 2017 and 2018. What was once a fierce rivalry turned into a Warriors showcase. Curry didn't win Finals MVP in either series, Durant did, but Curry still played a pivotal role. Averaging 27 points per game, he showed he could take over when needed. Durant may have been the MVP, but Curry built this powerhouse, with his system focused on ball movement and that deadly three-point shot. By 2018, Curry and LeBron were tied with 3 championships each, but Curry had done more than win. He had transformed the game. While LeBron relied on his physicality, Curry revolutionized the NBA with speed, precision, and three-point shooting. Curry didn't just win titles, he reshaped basketball. LeBron's legacy will always be about his physical dominance and versatility. He's an athlete built like no one else. But Curry? Curry didn't need to be a freak of nature, he just needed to shoot the ball, and boy did he shoot it. He transformed the game by making the three-pointer the center of every offense. That's his legacy, the three-point revolution. When Curry came onto the scene, basketball changed. From the NBA to high school gyms, teams started running fast-paced offenses with shooting from everywhere. Curry didn't just dominate the ball, he changed how the ball was played. The game became about spacing, shooting, and relentless movement, things Curry brought to the table in a way no one else could replicate. LeBron might be the most physically gifted player in history, but his style isn't something that can be mirrored. Curry's influence, however, is in every pickup game. Every coach wants their team to play like the Warriors. Curry didn't just adapt to the game, he redefined it. LeBron changed the league in terms of physical prowess, but Curry changed the game itself. And that's why we're talking about Curry alongside guys like Michael Jordan and Shaq. He changed basketball for everyone. Here's the kicker. Out of 52 matchups, Steph Curry has won 29 against LeBron. LeBron might have the edge in points, rebounds, and assists, but when it comes to victories, Curry's got him beat. It's not just about stats. Curry's clutch moments and ability to impact the game in key moments tell a different story. What sets them apart? Curry doesn't need to dominate the ball. He doesn't need to carry the offense by himself. He elevates everyone around him. LeBron, on the other hand, has always been the focal point. His teams are built around him, and when he's on the court, it's his game. Curry's style is more subtle, allowing teammates to thrive while still taking control when needed. Curry isn't just changing the game for his team, he's revolutionized the way the entire league plays. It's no longer just about size and strength, it's about speed, spacing, and shooting from anywhere. LeBron's game has focused on personal dominance and team control, but Curry's transformed how we see basketball in the modern era. So when it comes to this rivalry, Curry's got more than the wins. Imagine a world where Curry never emerged. LeBron could have racked up 6 or 7 championships, cementing his place as the undisputed GOAT. But Curry had other plans. In 2022, Steph clinched his 4th title and earned his first Finals MVP, further solidifying his legacy. That moment shifted the entire conversation. It wasn't just about LeBron anymore, it was about the rivalry that defined this generation. Curry's revolution with the three-point shot not only changed the Warriors, but also forced a shift in how the entire league plays. Players like Durant, Kawhi Leonard, Giannis, and others had to adjust their styles. Without Curry, LeBron's legacy might have been untouchable. But now, the narrative has shifted. This era is about LeBron, Curry, and how their rivalry redefined the modern NBA. Curry didn't just challenge LeBron's dominance. He helped create a new basketball culture, and that impact will last for generations. So long story short, Curry's story is more than championships. It's about defying expectations and revolutionizing the game. From being overlooked to becoming a global icon, his impact is undeniable. As LeBron and Curry near the end of their careers, every matchup is history in the making. This rivalry has defined an era, and Christmas Day's game is no exception. It's not just a game, it's a showdown between two legends, and it's going to be unforgettable.